Hi ho there everyone, Jenkar here, and I'm here to bring you the first of probably two runs of Boss Rush. One of my favorite pieces of content from this game has always been Boss Rush. I've always enjoyed taking different characters for different fights and stuff like that, and especially since the Lufenia orbs, it's always been so much fun. I'm really looking forward to this, and honestly, I was kind of disappointed, so I'm going to do a bit of a saga here. So, with that said, my first team is Garnet, Tidus, and Core. And all the characters I use for the rest of this run, I am no longer allowed to use in my second run of this. So that means no more Garnet, Tidus, Core, and the other three characters, because this is a two-set part. So let's start this off. Obviously, Garnet and Tidus just start off with their burst attacks, just because I want them to do as much damage as possible. I mean, they've taken 5 turns. I'm pretty sure most of those were prep turns, and we've already got one of them under 68%. Once they hit under 80% and 60%, they get these auras that make it so they can't be pushed back by being broken. They have to be launched after that. So I think I actually just go through here and just say I don't care. I just literally move everybody forward and I let them have one turn, and I go from there. With Cait Sith being on Core, it lasts for a while. Core is one of those characters that honestly usually don't want him to take many turns because his follow-ups are just the biggest bread and butter of his kit. So yeah, so they just said they can't be delayed with being broken, which is fine. So I just start off right here with Garnet doing her LD and just doing so much damage. Like, I cannot believe how little health they had for this. Like, when I saw the difficulty was level 200, very hard plus, I was extremely surprised. Extremely surprised. So I have 19 turns here, and they're halfway dead. And I was like, man, I don't have a lot of turns left. So I just look at this, and I was specifically looking to see about the launch prevention, and I mean, not the launch prevention, the delay prevention. And I was like, why does it matter? Just take Tidus, take too many turns and win. So, right here, I'm just gonna start popping off real hard here, because Tidus just does that, so, which is great, because I really enjoy Tidus. Ever since he came back out with his, rework in C90, I abused the living daylights out of Tidus. So, it looks like I'm stopping here, and I'm contemplating really hard what I'm gonna do here. Just from the way I'm looking here, I start off with C65, and then I probably go into Energy Rain into Burst, just from the way this is looking. I might, maybe not. But going forward, like, Core has been one of my favorite characters ever since he was released. Like, I really enjoy every chance I get to play Core, and I was super happy to bring him back here. He just is so much fun, does a lot of damage, and if he ever takes a turn, you probably get some rainbows. I don't think I actually get to use Reaper's Gale in this fight whatsoever, just because I'm relying on Tidus to do all of the damage here. So, Core then just follows up, picks Tidus again, because that is always the correct choice, and yep, so Garnet's just basically smashing here, and honestly, like, I was super glad to actually get a chance to do a boss rush, and was kind of disappointed. There's only 3 waves. There's usually 4 if I remember correctly, and I was really wanted to do a lot more here, but we have 12 turns left, and we're almost done with the first wave. There's 3 waves in total. From here, I just have Tidus slice and dice, because I don't really need him to actually conserve all of his skills here. I just need him to do damage. Lots and lots of damage. And that's what Tidus does. Tidus went into it, took the first wave out, and we have 11 turns left. I still have a burst phase left, and I still have a summon. So, right here, I hit absolute 0, just get the extra HP damage, and just start going. Good news is with Garnet, you can definitely do that. Like, I'm just going to start parry-dotting. Every chance she comes up, you just start parry-dotting. Unfortunately, Core's Cait Sith call falls off here, which is not the greatest, but I mean, because I was about to go into burst, I believe. So, and I think this is the wave where you can't actually launch them, so I just rely on Core and Garnet to just do damage here with him. and he's just going. Like, he just did 1,000,000 damage to B. Like, that's ludicrous for Tidus, especially since of how many turns he takes. So we just start off with Energy Rain because just so much damage. I'm really glad I have a level 2 Uwu on him. I think Garnet has a level 1, and look, these numbers speak for themselves. They just do so much damage. And from here, like, I was really hoping to actually finish this with one team, just with these guys, but I did not have the maxed out Uwus here. Like, it was just as simple as that. If I had the maxed out Uwus, it would have been one team. But I know a lot of people have run teams that just do it with one group, and I'm like, that's fine. But I wanted to try something a little different here, which is why I said this is going to be a 2-part saga. That said, we're almost done with the burst here, and we have them around 50%. It's really surprising how much damage Tidus does now ever since his rework. Like, he doesn't really get any more hits in his actual attacks for his kit. Like, Slash combo has 1 hit, but it's full slash damage just because of HP damage up. Quick hit just lets him go forever, and this right here, this finisher, does so much damage. Like, and that's 12,000,000 damage right there. Like, Tidus, Core, and Garnet just wrecked their faces. Like, we have 7 turns here, and I'm just like, alright, well, maybe I can get to the 3rd wave. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get the 3rd wave with this team, just because I had messed up so many things. I didn't get lucky with, like, Kate Sith and stuff like that, so I just said, alright, I'm going to go straight into my summon right here and just see if I can get them to just die from the actual summon itself. Because of that, I just kind of said, okay, well, Tidus is just going to take all of this. And then Core comes up and I went, oh, that's right, I can't use Energy Rain here. Well, then you realize Core just did 400,000 damage with his EX, and I go, oh, okay, never mind. We're fine. We're perfectly fine. And, like, right here, Garnet is just going to keep spamming parry dot until the very end, I believe. Tidus, I probably just HP attack. I might slice and dice here, I'm not sure. But it doesn't really matter. I think I just do it right here just because I thought that you would get his buffs back up right after he uses his slash combo, which is incorrect. That's on quick hit. So we have the final wave here, and obviously, if you didn't guess, I don't actually have the calls in order to deal with the orb here. So I have 6 turns left, so I need to make sure, because I believe it starts at 5, that we can't get them under thresholds while in this summon. If we do, we're screwed. So right here, I'm like, alright, well, Tidus is right here. We could probably just get away with it and just slice and dice, because it's only going to do 400,000. Oh god, it's 400,000 damage. And then now it's 600,000, and there's a launch there, and I'm pretty sure we're around 80% mark. Yeah. So, oh my goodness, I had the fear, and then I realized that the actual threshold is at 70%, which I am extremely happy for here, because I wouldn't have been able to do this otherwise. So, Tidus just keeps doing what Tidus does, because he still has the launch range call-up, which is stupidly strong with Tidus right now, just because of how many times he hits, how many times Core hits, how many times Garnet hits. Like, it's just a lot of damage. So I just go straight into quick hit and just make sure his buffs stay up, and he jacks shots right into it, and then he does a shot, and there's a launch, full damage from both of them. Oh man, Core doing 195,000 damage with a launch is just beautiful. Right here, I don't have anything else. I'm not sure how I finish this off, but okay, so I go in Energy Rain. Garnet probably goes into Parry Dot, and then Core just probably just does Snow Break. There isn't many turns left here, so I did not actually have my characters prepped before I came into this fight, which was extremely unfortunate. This fight, the transition between fights would have been a lot faster. It would have been right around probably like 10-15 seconds instead of the 30-ish seconds I spent, which was unfortunate, but I had to do some pre-prep in coming into it. That said, we're at 1 turn right now, and right here we are going to start transitioning into the final phase, which is they're both around 30%, which is great. There's a lot of damage, a lot of things happen, and I'm really excited to try and get this over with, because here we go. We picked the next party, and I was like, yeah, let's go to the next party, and I make some not so great choices here, so I can't use any of those. So I was like, all right, Who do I want to take? Furion. Always Furion. Boss Rush. Furion has his name on it. And then I grab Cypher. And then I'm like, no Cypher. We're taking Alizé. And I was like, alright, well, I need some follow-up damage for this. And I bring Kayn. And then I had the expectation that there would be enough just flat-out call capabilities. And Furion's burst would actually make them do enough damage to actually move forward from this. I will admit I did underestimate how high their defenses were just because of who I had brought. So immediately we start straight off with the Ash Call. We have to do it. We can't not at this point. We have to start off with this. Kayn goes into this. He goes into his LD straight into double jump, and he just stays there. If he doesn't stay there, he gets there. And then I realized he's not doing a lot of damage. He's doing not a lot of damage at all. So then I immediately start off going on into Innocence because extra HP damage up, and I did not change this call, so I just kind of left it. And I just kept going. Fine, I go straight into Burst Attack just to get all of his debuffs up. I wanted to get Drain Weapon up, and I also just wanted to get as many of his abilities up as fast as possible because he's where all of our auras come from. Like, I think Alizé has a bunch of self auras for, like, Brave damage up, which is fine for her, but nobody else. Like, Kayn's only doing 42,000 damage a hit, which is not a lot here. I really wish I had a Kurosame call on Furion instead. It would have done so much more damage in this first phase. But, that said, Furion goes Burr, and he still does, I believe, 1 million to 2 million for the hit itself. 1.2 million for the attack, and it's 3 million bursts. It's pretty pitiful. But also, Furion was the only character to really bring anything in that was team-wise. And the name of the game is to just let Alizé just finish it off, is what I try and do. And then I go, well, I was like, dude, I go straight into Jolt combo, and then realize, no, I don't want to do that. I want dual cast up so I can start extending it. So I use Verstone, she gets an extra turn, I go, yes, straight into Jolt 2. I go straight into Jolt 2, and then from here, I believe I go into LD. Whew, speaking of real fast. Oh, I use Toy Soldier here just so I can get more turns out for Lancet to do more stuff. 68,000. Dang, that's a lot. There's sarcasm in my voice, but Alizé just doing lots and lots of numbers, lots of damage. Like, she isn't doing the greatest, but then I realize, who cares? They have 11% and 8%, so I'm about to finish this off. So Furion's just doing, looks like he's gonna do around 1.5 million damage, and he's gone. It's just gone. It disappeared. It's just gone. So I think right here I just hit C65 a few times, and then I just hit LD and I win. These fights, I always love Boss Rush. I really hope to see them more often. And I really wish that they had a setting so that you could have a bunch of boss rushes and just do them over and over. In like the Abyss, I would love an Abyss boss rush. It would be so fantastic. But that said, I just give them the 3%, 2-3%, and I just LD and I just watch the numbers appear, and we're done. Alizé, Furion, Kayn, Core, Tidus, and Garnet. There's my boss rush. I'm not going to use these characters in my next boss rush, and I'm going to have to improvise a little bit. But for now, this is Jenkar, over and out. You guys have a great day. I'll see you soon.